Now we'll convert both of these objects into blocks. So for converting into block, you can select this create block tool, and now let's give it a name. So I'll name it as window 5 inches. Now click on this pick point and specify a pick point, which will be this point, the midpoint of the top line. Now select objects and select all of these objects and press enter. Also here I'll make sure that this delete radio button is checked, because I don't want this attribute to be at this place. I want it to be removed, and I'll keep all these values at their default: annotative unchecked, scale uniformly unchecked, and allow exploding checked. Now click on OK, and we don't have that geometry anymore, but we have its copy here in this insert. So we have it added. Let's repeat the process for this second geometry as well. So I'll go to this create block, give it a name. So let's name it as window 10 inches. Now click on pick points and click on this pick point. Now select objects, select all of these objects, and now click on OK. So we have both of these blocks added here, the dim and dim 1, or the 5 inches and 10 inches block. Now we'll insert both the windows in this drawing, and we have two different wall thicknesses. The first one here, the interior walls are of 5 inches and the exterior are of 10 inches. Now in order to add the windows, I'll go to this insert and I'll select the 5 inches block. Now here we have this block. Let's insert it at this point. And as soon as you insert that block, you'll notice this edit attributes window. So that's the difference between a normal block and a block which has attributes. And here we have the prompt, enter window size and the default values, which we can change. So now we need to enter the size of this window, which will enter as the width by length. So let's enter 5 inches by 4 feet. So that's the dimension of this window. Click on OK. And we have that value here. Now let's repeat the process for another window here. So I'll click on this insert, select the 5 inches window, and this time I'll select this point, and now once again change its value. So I'll type 5 inches by 3 feet and click on OK. So in this way, the single block can be used to enter different values using attributes. Similarly, you can insert the second block also. So I'll select this 10 inches window and I'll insert it somewhere over here. And once again, I'll enter the value. So I'll type 10 inches by 4 feet. And now click on OK. And here we have it. In a similar way, you can add as many windows as you want in this drawing, and they will be added with their respective attribute values. Now in this case, if you don't want the attributes to be visible in the drawing, you can simply hide their visibility using this block panel. So expand the block panel, and here on the expanded block panel, you'll see the attribute visibility options. So here we have an option of hiding the attributes. So select hide all attributes, and all of the attributes will be hidden. They are still present in the drawing, and you can bring them back simply by going to the respective option. So you can select this retain attribute display and they'll be brought back to the drawing. Now in the previous video, I have already mentioned that when you explode a block, it will return back to its respective geometries. Now if you explode a block containing attribute, it will explode, but it will return back to its original tag values. For example, here we have this window. Let's explode it. And to explode it, I'll select X as the command, press enter. Now select the object and press enter again. And now here the attribute value changed, and it's now showing the default tag value, which was dim. And that was the original condition of the block before we converted it into a simple block. Now we have this attribute and also these simple geometries. But if you want to retain the attribute information even after exploding the blocks, then you can use burst express tool or the burst command. So instead of exploding it, select burst, press enter, and now select the block and press enter again. So in this case also, the block has been exploded. You can see their respective geometries, but the attribute definition or the attribute value has been retained in this case. And this is no longer an attribute values. This is simply a text. So this was all about creating simple attributes and inserting them in our drawing.